Good evening. Today, I'm going to show you the full video. Yesterday, I had posted a video that was talking about why the only way TF2 will get noticed is basically how the video was. But that video, all of the talking in that video was taken from the last not even 10 minutes of this video that you're about to see. So the original recording literally had nothing to do with stop giving money to Valve. What you're about to see is the possible downward descent, spiral out of control, or just the full-on realization that I had while recording this video. There is no reason to say, do this will help the game, this will help the game. No, it is me coming to the realization that nothing will get done and they do not care, and the only way to make them care is to just stop giving them money. All right, what's going on? Today, hold on, restart. All right, how's it going? So, something I want to talk about, which, all right, so today's topic, as you can probably tell by the title, is just things that I believe would benefit TF2 in a way. I don't know. It's... Hold on. TF2 needs a reason to play. Oh, okay, yeah. So that's what we're starting off on. TF2 needs to give the player a reason to play the game. I feel like that's something that's missing, and that's why TF2 comes in waves. At least for me, I know I feel like I've heard of other creators or just other people say that TF2 is one of those games that they play for a few months and then drop and then pick up a few months later. And I feel like a main, reason that is because there's nothing to do in the game. There's nothing to unlock. There's nothing to really accomplish. And there is one mode that does that. Two technically, but the main mode is man versus machine. I talked about this in my last video that TF2 just needs something to, give you a reason to play. I mean, take a look at Call of Duty. All right, I get on Call of Duty, and I have a reason to play. I have something to do even when I don't want to play the game. There's still a reason, but gives you something to do. It's like, okay, I can unlock skins, I can level up my account, which I don't really like leveling up accounts. I don't think like a level system, because TF2 has a level system, and it does not make me want to play the game at all. When TF2 didn't have the leveling system, it was the exact same game. Nothing has changed. You don't gain anything. There's literally nothing. It means nothing skill-wise. I mean, it shouldn't, to be honest. There's not really a reason for it to, but there's no gain from it. Whereas Modern Warfare 2, or not even Modern Warfare 2, just any Call of Duty, leveling up gives you rewards and whatnot. So, you can get you get new prestige icons, prestige emblems and whatnot. So, person that's prestige 8 is going to have the prestige 7 and 8, and all of the other prestiges that they've already unlocked, they'll have emblems, or all of those prestige emblems, where somebody that's prestige 3 won't. And, it gives you a reason, okay, I have prestige and I get this cool looking emblem or whatever. On top of that, everything's tied, at least minus Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the new one, because they changed it up in that for some reason and kind of destroyed it. But basically every other Call of Duty, your weapons and attachments and perks were all tied to leveling up. So when you first started the game, you couldn't create a class until you were level 5, and then once you hit level 5, you're able to create a class, and then certain weapons, or basically all your weapons and all of your perks, were locked behind getting to a specific level. So you would need to hit level 10 for this perk and level 12 for this weapon. And then how they changed it up again was they made it so that you needed to level up weapons to unlock attachments for that weapon, and then you would have a reason to play some more. So it's like, okay, if I want, to make my weapon better or put better, different attachments on it, then I need to use this weapon. And then on top of using the weapon, not only are you getting attachments and unlocking better gear for that weapon, but you're also getting camos, which is one of the biggest reasons, that's the whole point of Call of Duty is, the camo grind. And, camos give you a reason to play the game. Say you don't care about the camo grind. Well, at some point, you're probably going to, I'm one of those people. When I first play COD, I'm not necessarily going for, the highest camo possible right off the bat. I know people do grind for that, but that's not something that I do. I just like to play the game, get a feel for the weapons and whatnot. And then when I'm finally, bored of doing that, or I'm like, okay, I've gotten a feel for the game. Now it's like, what else do I have to do? Okay, now I can go for camos, or now I can go for this, or unlock this and that. And you just constantly have a reason to play. And again, battle passes in games give you more of a reason. Now, I'm not going to go into the ethics of battle passes, and I feel like there's plenty of videos and plenty of examples that you can just see for yourself on what a good battle pass is. Call of Duty, in my mind, being the worst way to do a battle pass personally, or one of the worst ways to do a battle pass, and Fortnite being one of the best examples to do a battle pass, which is hilarious because I don't give a shit about Fortnite. I haven't played the game in years and I don't even like it, but it's a great example of a battle pass, honestly. All of the items you get from it, there's nothing that changes the game. There's nothing that's game breaking in the battle pass. It's all cosmetics and, you get V-Bucks from it and whatnot, and just cool skins and whatnot. And again, the skins make you want to get it and make you want to do this and that. And plus, I think you get a bonus XP if you have the battle pass and all of that. But still, they make their skins really high quality, partnered or have other skins from different IPs in their game. They have Naruto, I think they have Dragon Ball, Rick and Morty, like, the John Wick skin. So it gives you reason, to get the battle pass. I remember when the John Wick skin was in the game and everybody was like, holy moly, I need to go get that right now. Everybody wanted it because the skins are good. Whereas Call of Duty, their battle passes aren't bad, but most of their time for making skins, to be honest, goes into just, skin bundles where it's like $20 and you get, this skin for this specific weapon variant and, all of that BS. But, there's still a reason to buy it. You buy the battle pass, it's like, okay, I have a reason to, it gives me something to do. Also, something that I don't like with battle passes, which I'm just going to bring up real quick because I'm talking about battle passes. I hate putting battle passes on a timer. It's like, oh, you unlock the next battle pass tier in an hour. No, make it like skill based. Make it so you gain XP. I don't know what game I was playing. Oh, Destiny 2. Destiny 2's battle pass is like that, or season pass, I guess you can call it, or whatever now. But Destiny 2 is like that, where if you, depending on how much XP you get, you can, rank up your battle pass faster. And I like that. I think it's cool. Now, there's also gear tied to Destiny 2 battle pass, but again, Destiny 2 is a very different game compared to, say, Call of Duty or, Fortnite and whatnot. But anyway, one of the things that I hate about the Call of Duty battle pass is putting weapons in the battle pass. The weapons that are in the battle pass, take the Asvel, for example. When the Asvel you gained through the battle pass. Now, the problem is, well, the one not problem is, people made the argument where, oh, the weapon's free. That's the argument that the devs made. Oh, certain tiers of the battle pass are free to unlock. So there's a free version of the battle pass and there's a paid version. The free version, you just go through the tiers normally and you can't get any of this stuff that's locked through the paid version. The weapon, say the Asvel, was a free tier. They're not going to, because at that point they're locking items and equipment behind a paywall, even though you've already paid for the game. So basically, what Call of Duty did was they're like, oh, well, the Asvel is on tier 30, but it's a free tier. And it's like, okay, that's fine. You can get the weapon for free. That's not, pay to win. The problem is it still becomes pay to win. One, at least how Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 worked was that all of the weapons in the battle pass, which usually there's only one per battle pass, were kind of broken. They would fix them after, the battle pass had expired after a while, but for the most part, they were always super powerful weapons. Well, you can acquire tiers by paying the in-game currency, which the only way to get the in-game currency was to buy it or earn it through the battle pass. And you can buy tiers, and you can see how that becomes still a pay-to-win mechanic, because even though anybody can get the ASVAL, well, people that just buy tiers can get it quicker, and then, it's more broken. Or one of the best things that happened, I think in Call of Duty Cold War, there was the Striker came out. It was a shotgun, and it was really broken. Super, super broken shotgun. If anybody hasn't played Call of Duty Cold War and doesn't know about the Striker, look up, any video, Jev, FaZe Jev, he's got some videos on it, and you can just see how broken that thing was on launch. It was crazy. And the funniest part was, yeah, it was in the battle pass, and it was a free tier, and it was like tier 30 or something, so it took a while to get. On top of, I think the Call of Duty battle passes are time-based, so no matter how much XP you get or how good you do in a match, it's not going to influence how many tiers you get in the battle pass, which, again, like I said, I don't really like that. I'm not saying that people that, aren't good at the game shouldn't have a lesser chance. I feel like there should be a minimum amount of XP per match that you play that goes toward the battle pass. 500 XP will always be rewarded to the battle pass, no matter how bad you do. And then depending on how good you do, you can earn more toward it or whatever. That's just a number I threw out there. I don't know how much 500 get you, but still. So yeah, anyway, the Striker though, when they released it and with the battle pass, yeah, you could buy the tiers and then get the weapon, or you could buy a bundle. That's right, they had it in a bundle. So if you wanted, I think it was early too. I think it came out before the battle pass, so you could acquire the Striker earlier than everybody by paying $20 or $30 for the bundle it was in, because you would get a skin for the weapon, and you don't need the weapon unlocked in order to use the skin. So if you had a blueprint for a weapon, you could just throw the blueprint on and use that, which is, what they did for the Striker. And a lot of people, I feel like, weren't happy about it. It didn't help that the weapon itself was broken beyond belief, but I don't know. It was still fun to use. All right, so without all of that out of the way, I don't know why I talked about that as long as I did, but again, TF2 can benefit from a reward system, some kind of something that makes somebody want to play, Valve doesn't care. Clearly not. They're not going to do anything like that. Their entire philosophy has become money. I know there's apparently a game in the works, or rumored, speculated, called Neon Prime. They did some trademarks for the name, I think, or something like that. I don't know. There's videos out there talking about that. I'm not going to talk about it, so who knows? But we all know that they don't care about TF2. They don't care about anything. They're not even looking at the game. Really, the only time they look toward the game's way is when there's a huge bot infestation, because they just don't want people to stop playing the game completely. They want people to keep opening cases. As long as people are opening cases, they don't give a shit. So the only way they're going to fix bots is if people straight up stop playing the game and or stop paying paying for cases and opening cases, which is funny because I could see them caring more about how much money they're making off cases than who's playing the game. The player count to TF2 can drop by 90%, but as long as they're still making the same amount of money as before, they will not care how much it's dropped by, I feel like. I don't know. Why did I even get into that anyway? Yeah. I feel like that's something that TF2 is missing, that it can greatly help the game. And it's if it wouldn't even take that much effort. I mean, they've already done it. They've already added a battle pass kind of system right here, the contractor. Now, here's something that I don't like about the contractor, or contractor, and it's during the Halloween update. It still felt useless to play the game during Scream Fortress. And some of you might be like, why? You get the new contracts, you get the Scream Fortress contracts, and you can get items that way. The problem is, those items are useless to me. All of the items you get from specifically the Scream Fortress event, those, cases that you get, all the items are non-tradable, which to me kind of makes it useless. I get it, it's like, oh, the game's not completely for profit and all that. I get that. But the Mercenary Park itself, the Mercenary Gift Shop, you can trade all of these items. You can get these tickets and trade the items. Personally, I don't mind, having the Scream Fortress contracts and making it non-tradable. I get that. You don't want to mess up the whole market. People would you know, abuse it because you just get that for free. So create a new account and do all of that. But why not just do a battle pass or something similar to a contract or that you pay for? All right, make it paid and make it so the items are tradable. You don't have to be putting unusuals in there. All right, you throw in a case here and there. Throw in a case that's already unlocked. One of the cosmetic cases that they have in the store. If I could find it, there's a sale. Ooh, a sale on the on the matchmaking ticket. Because yeah, right here. So the unlocked cosmetic unlocked cosmetic crate. Throw any of these into the battle pass. You know, throw a couple of them here and there. It doesn't have to be a lot. You know, it doesn't even have to be 10. You could have a 100 tier battle pass or whatever, and you can only have, you know, less than 10 of these spread up around there. Most of the time, the people aren't going to make their money back anyway. Say they paid $10 for it, you know, they're not going to get their money back. And another thing that I've seen that a lot of games do, like Fortnite, is once you buy the battle pass, if you grind it out, the currency you get, you'll have enough V-Bucks by the end of it, if you don't spend any, to buy the next season battle pass for free because you would have gotten enough V-Bucks from that battle pass to get the next one. And I like that. You know, Call of Duty does that. Basically, everybody at battle pass does that. But I feel like a battle pass in TF2, personally, you know, let me know in the comments what you think about it and whatnot, but would kind of benefit. It's not like they would have to put too much effort into it. It would be a great way to get new cosmetics into the game, new items into the game, and just whatnot. I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't be too difficult to implement. I get it. Maybe a battle pass wouldn't be the same, but again, they've already done a battle pass with the contractor. Just do, you know, the Mercenary Park gift shop again. Do a reset cycle on it and have people, you know, oh, pay $5 and you get to re-unlock it again or whatever. Something in that ballpark. It would make people want to play the game, and it would bring one. It would make people spend money on the game because you just charge for it, you know, $5 to $10, which, you know, $10 isn't too much. I would pay $10, you know, even for 50 tiers at that point or 50 levels or whatever. I'd be willing to do that because hey, there's something new. It gives me something to do, and the content that I get out of it. Say if you do give out cosmetics and war paints or whatever, allow them to be tradable. Like I said, they don't have to be super expensive items or anything. And since the battle pass itself is paid for, it's not like you're getting free items. It's not going to kill the market that much, depending on what you pick and whatnot. So I don't know. I think a battle pass or something, it doesn't even have to be a battle pass, just some kind of system. Make it so that when you level up, you get do what Counter-Strike does. Every time with Counter-Strike, at the end of matches, you have a chance at getting an item. Usually, that item will be the newest crate or one of the cheapo crates. You also have a chance at getting a skin from a souvenir pack. And most of the time, the skin's a 3-penny skin that's worth the same as a crate. Sometimes you can get like a $10 skin or a really expensive crate, an old crate, and whatnot. I feel like that would be cool. Add something to make people stay in the match. You know, if you stay till the end of the match, you have a chance at getting even a crate. Just do what Counter-Strike does. You know, 99% of the time you're going to get, you know, some 3-cent item, but there's that 1% chance that you get like a decent looking skin from this crate, or you get this item or whatever. I don't know. Make it tradable too. Why not? Because again, personally, I think that like I said, not having, you know, trading's part of the game. You know, if I can't trade an item, it feels useless because there's nothing else I can do with that item, I guess. It's great for new players. I understand that. When you've played the game for a while, and you don't even need that much time on the game, within your first 50 hours, you probably have, you know, tradable items. You can get them for free. Hatch drop, you know, basic, generic hatch drop. Like, I don't know, like what would be a cosmetic that would, like right here, you can, like something like this kit, you can get this, the modest pile of hat, just as a drop. You know, usually the normal drops in this game are generic weapons and stuff like these. You know, just anything, any of these can drop. You could also get hats to drop, which I guess, you know, gives you a reason to play. But at the same time, like I've said, look at my inventory. After the first 50 hours, you have every weapon in the game already. You know, within your first 50 hours, you probably have every weapon in the game, and maybe even like a couple hats at that point. So it just, the game needs a reason for me to want to play it, or for, I feel like for just anybody to want to play it. It would just keep the community constantly beating in a way. I don't know, and it would just bring more new players to the game maybe more frequently when they realize, hey, oh, there's a battle pass for the game, or there's this, you get a new item every time you level up, or however it works. They've done this before. Valve has done this type of stuff before. Dota 2 has a battle pass, I think. Counter-Strike has had a battle pass for a few years now. So they're not, it's not something new to them. Oh my god. Yeah, Counter-Strike has had a battle pass. I've completely forgot about that. Does it still, Operation Hydra? Phoenix? Something like that? It's been a few years. I haven't played Counter-Strike in a long time. So Counter-Strike does have battle pass. It's not something out of their realm of expertise, I'll say. That's something they can easily do. And again, it wouldn't take a lot of effort. You can easily, take items from the community workshop like you would do a case. Maybe an item that isn't, super high quality that you would say be worth a decent amount of money that you'd want to put in a case, but maybe the lower items or this or that. And who knows, maybe every battle pass you can include one new item, like Call of Duty does, just one new weapon, and like an actual new weapon, not like a reskin, just a straight up new weapon. I think that would be interesting. It would, you would be adding community content and whatnot. I mean, obviously none of this is going to happen, even though some of this is getting it together. I don't want to say getting it together. It would be difficult in the beginning, like knowing what are you going to do? Well, we can't just do a generic battle pass. It's got to tie in with the game and, look like it fits with the game. I get that. How do you tackle this? What are we actually going to do? How are we going to add items? How is it going to work? This and that. I get it. The entire process of getting there, is going to be, is a little bit difficult. But I feel like since they've already done a battle pass in Counter-Strike, and they've already done that type of stuff in Dota 2, they would have already have some set of knowledge of how to get it, functioning, or if it would work at all. I feel like TF2 needs something. I don't know. Like, it doesn't, but it like I said before, it would make people want to play. Like people like me. It would stop people from playing in waves, Would people keep playing in waves? Yeah, to an extent, but you can't get somebody to play a game forever unless maybe they're playing, they're making money from it, like a pro player or somebody that streams the game. It's not really going to stop them from wanting to constantly play the game or whatever. I don't know, especially with how casual TF2 is, casual is the biggest draw of TF2. And I feel like it would just, a battle pass or something like that it would fit the casual scheme. I guess, to an extent. I don't know. That makes sense. I feel like that would just help tremendously. It would give people something to do, something to look forward to. Like, screw new content updates. I don't care. Don't release a new update. Don't do this. Don't do that. I would be fine. Just give me a reason to play the game is what I'm saying. Give me a reason to play. I want a reason to play the game. I want to, like, especially right now. It's been a month or two since I've actually played the game for probably more than an hour in a day. Like, give me a reason to play. Don't just hit me with, like, no, I don't know. Because that's the problem. And what keeps me playing TF2, me personally, I have, 2,000 hours in the game. I feel like a lot of people that play this game have a decent amount of time, and I get there's a lot of new players, all right? And I feel like even new players, after a certain amount of time, it's going to get boring. And I get it. You have the community servers. You've got this. You have the community. I love it. I played on the community servers. I love the community. But man, like, I've experienced everything. It was like that when in my first 500 hours of the game. My first 100 hours, I played it for a little bit, and then I stopped because I'm like, what am I to do? Other than maybe competitive. And I don't want to play competitive TF2. I'm not really trying to go pro, all right? That's the thing. Like, the one thing that keeps me playing TF2 would be trading. That's usually how I get back into TF2 when I'm in a slump or just haven't played it in months. is one of my items I will end up trading, and I'll end up getting a couple new items, or I'll, you know, spend money on the game, and I'm like, okay, now I want to play the game because I bought these new items. I have these new cosmetics that I want to try out. You know, I'm trading again. I'm actually, you know, trading items and getting new items and doing this and that. So, you know, especially if you're playing the game casually, like I feel like a lot of people do, it's just gonna get boring. Even competitive, you know, Valve's actual matchmaking, like their competitive, Valve competitive, is trash. It is god awful. Half of it's cheaters and half of it's people that don't know what they're doing, and, you know, really the cheaters are the biggest problem in it, to be honest. Again, I don't know, just give me a reason to play the game. Like, it doesn't even have to be a battle pass. You don't have to be giving me items. Just, I mean, items and skins are, even like skins are the best thing to do. Like, just give us a reason to play the game, you know? When you've experienced everything, genuinely, what is there to do? I've played all of the maps. I've used all of the weapons. I've played all of the characters for extensive periods of time. You know, what is there to do other than spend money on the game to make me want to play it again, you know? Like, what is there to do other than buying an unusual or something that I've never had? Like, give me an actual reason to play. Don't just, like, be like, open cases, okay, and then I get a bunch of crap items that I don't want, or I get items that I already have, even, you know? Because even if you get bored, it's like, okay, well, let me start trading, and then you get to a point where it's like, okay, I've traded, now what? I've got, like, all the items that I want for the most part, or I don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on items that I don't have. I just want a reason to play. Give me something. Like Call of Duty I can get on right now and have a reason to play the game. I don't want to play Call of Duty. The thought of it makes me sick, you know? Like, I don't want to play COD, but I don't want to play Modern Warfare 2. That game sucks. But man, right now I have more reason to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 than I do Modern Warfare or TF2 any day of the week, you know? So many other games give me so much more of a reason just because of their unlocks or this or that, you know? Anything. Even Counter-Strike, like all Valve's own competing games play. Single player games, genuine single player games give me more of a reason to play than an online only game, which is TF2, you know? Man vs. Machine is, you know, don't get me wrong, Man vs. Machine is basically just a gambling, a case unboxing disguised as a game mode, and I'm okay with that. Because the gameplay is fun. I like wave shooters. I think MVM is fun gameplay-wise. But then you throw on the Man vs. Machine tickets, and it's like, oh, you do a tour and you have a chance at an Australian. Good gameplay, and I have a chance at getting some really cool, awesome items. Even though most of the time I lose money. I don't care. I'll still pay for it. Dude, I still pay for it. I've played... Like, that's what'll happen, is I will just start playing Man vs. Machine. That's what kept me playing TF2 last time during the summer, was I was playing a Man vs. Machine tour just about every weekend. You know, I was playing multiple tours every weekend. I was like, all right, I'll spend $10. Boom, let's play 2 tours, 3 tours. I'll do it again, you know, I just keep spending money because it's fun. I get items out of it. Even if I'm not making my money back, I'm still getting something out of it, and I'm enjoying the gameplay too. You know, and I have a reason to play because I have a chance at getting items. Like, yes, there's the community server side of it where you could just, you know, not pay for the ticket, but at that point I'm not getting items out of it, and then it's just, yeah, it's the fun gameplay wave shooter, but there's not really a reason for it, you know? Like potato.tf or, you know, something like the 666 wave 666, but like TF2, I feel like is in a perfect state, you know, item-wise and whatnot, to give for that. You know, they've have the contractor in the game. They've done, you know, items for Scream Fortress and whatnot. So, like, you can... Like, they've done this. It's not like a battle pass would not be new to TF2, if that makes sense. Well, since the contractor already exists, like, that's basically a battle pass in itself. Like, I'm surprised they haven't done that. But then again, that makes me realize they realize that this game can easily make money with them having to do nothing. So if you're like me and you want to see TF2 have content, stop spending money on the game. Just straight up, honestly, the only way Valve will do anything for this game is if it stops making money. You can keep playing the game, and at that point, maybe they'll shut it down. I don't care. I'd rather them shut down the game, honestly. But, like, if you ain't gonna do shit for it, you know, like, even give me a reason to play, why bother, you know? Stop giving them the money. It's like, hey, I'm not gonna keep opening cases. I'm not gonna keep playing Man vs. Machine. I'm gonna play a different game. Just stop giving them money directly from TF2. Stop opening cases. Stop that. Just don't do it anymore. Think to yourself, do I want to give Valve a reason to not update the game or even look its way? To them, this isn't even a side hustle. This is a just free money generator. You know, a lot of the games are like that. Counter-Strike, but at least like even Counter-Strike and Dota 2, they update. You know, they actually update and add stuff too. TF2, what do we got? We get 2 holidays. We get Scream Fortress and Christmas. What do we get with both of those holidays? We get a couple new maps. Okay. And we get a new cosmetic case. Isn't that lovely? More cases to spend items on. Isn't that amazing? How many times, how many years have they been doing that for? Like, even the invasion update's kind of cool, you know? Like, I like the idea of, like, bring back, like, just bring back old updates again. Bring back the invasion update. Bring back the invasion cases. I would pay for the invasion pass again, you know? Do, like, Invasion 2.0 or something. Because I wasn't really there to experience that. I was, like, at the tail end of it, and I never really got to do anything with it. I wasn't playing the game, like, at all, you know? Like, I genuinely wouldn't care. Just give us a reason to play. I mean, that's all I have to say to everybody else is, for people that want something to happen with this game and to be done, how did he hit that? What? I was above him. Yeah, so what I'm going to say, stop spending money on the game. If you're somebody that opens cases, and hey, I was one of the reasons. All right, why the game isn't getting updated. I was buying MVM tickets constantly, and then I realized, you know, as of recently, wow, if we just, actually, it wasn't even as of recently. I've had this thought for a while. I'm like, what if everybody, I had this thought with Rockstar. All right, GTA 5 Online brings in at least $1 billion every year. What if everybody just stopped giving them money? What if instead of buying the shark cards, what if all of those people went, I could just mod or cheat myself money, you know, and not get banned or whatever. Or just, I'm just not going to buy the cards anymore. I just want to give them money. Like, what have they done? And it's funny because Grand Theft Auto Online has been constantly dropping updates and content and new content for free. So, like, even then, it's like, okay, you stop giving, like, at least they're actually giving you content, you know? But I thought about that. I'm like, what if everybody just stopped giving them money? What would they do? Oh my god, guess what? Dude, GTA 6 would be out within the next year. They would be in turbo developer mode, you know? GTA 6 would be announced within the next week. They'd be like, how much money did we make this week off shark cards? $0. We made nothing. All right, maybe something happened, you know. A month would pass and they would go, okay, we're working on 3 new games. And one of them was going to release in the next month. You know, that's what would happen. They would immediately be like, hey, this, or shark cards would go on sale, or something crazy would happen, you know? Because it's like, oh, there goes all of our money. We actually need to prove ourselves, and, like, not even prove ourselves, just make content, make something that will make us money. We have to make a new game. We have to add this new update. We have to do this or that, you know? Like, just, I don't know. I'm not gonna give any more money to TF2. I'm done buying MVM tickets. I'm done opening cases. So yeah, with that out of the way, will I play? I mean, I'm playing TF2 right now. Will I play it again? Probably. It comes in waves. I definitely might. I will hopefully get the urge to play it again, or I may not. Who knows? You know, it's like, as of right now, I kind of want to play the game, but there's no reason to. You know, I don't really have a reason to play the game. You know, there's nothing new. I don't care, you know, there's 6 new cases that were released. Wow, I definitely want to spend buy a bunch of keys to open cases. Like, no, that's nothing. That's bullshit. Don't give me bullshit. Give me actual content. Give me a reason to play the game. You know? For any game, like any genre, any game, I feel like that's something that anybody part of it, like the GTA Online community, if everybody just stopped buying shark cards, the people that buy shark cards, if they just stopped spending money on it, you don't have to stop buying the game. You know, new people don't have to not buy the game. Just stop buying shark cards. So like so much more would be added. Like you would get so much out of it, so much more out of the game if you just didn't spend money on it. It's the same with TF2. Just stop spending money on the game. If TF2 didn't make any money, not a single dime for an entire month, which wouldn't happen, I know for a fact. I know for a fact. People would just immediately start unboxing shit. Like nobody's gonna stop. Like people are, that's a gambling addiction right there. Like people are just gambling addicts and whatnot. I don't know. I'm done spending money on TF2. That includes man vs. machine tickets. Which is, I don't know. Because man vs. machine is usually what gets me playing the game again. Will I get to a point where I want to play the game? Like just play TF2 itself? Yeah, probably. And then I would play it for a week and go, okay, I don't want to spend money on the game, so man vs. machine's not happening. That, like, you literally say that for any game, any online game, any game that people are like, why isn't this company actually making content or releasing a new game? Because you keep fucking giving them money. You keep tossing them money. Here's $100. Here's $100. Here's $100. That's all people do. You just keep tossing them money. If I'm a game dev and I release a game and it's like, you know, it's mid. It's not good. It's not bad. It's there. And then, you know, it's got some people playing it, and then I add, you know, a couple of cosmetics, and it's like, oh my god, the cosmetics made more money than the game. Well, why the hell would I ever make a new fucking game? I'm going to keep releasing cosmetics until people stop buying them. You know, like I said with GTA Online, makes $1 billion a year. If I'm Rockstar, I'm never making a new game. I'm waiting 10 years. Grand Theft Auto 5 has been out for 11 years. It's been 11 years. Why? I would wait another 10 years before I even brought up the thought of Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm not ever talking about another Grand Theft Auto game until I'm making it like, until the company is making like less than $1 million a month off it, you know? $1 billion a year? How much money does TF2 make Valve? Even if TF2 makes Valve $50K a month, which it probably honestly makes more than that, way more than that, but you know, that's just, I'm going to say $50K. Just stop spending money on the game. This video started off on ways TF2 would be better. You know how to be better? You want to know how you can make this game amazing. You want to know how you can get Valve to work on this game and actually care about the game, or heck, even make a new Team Fortress game. Stop spending money on it. Let them know where it matters. Hit them where it hurts. Stop spending money. And is that going to happen? God, no. God, no. I doubt it. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. For everybody to stop spending money, I'll build a rocket ship. You know, like I'll build a rocket ship. I'll put myself in debt. Like I'll swim in acid, you know? Like, so like you could literally say anything. I'll swim in acid if people stop spending money on TF2 within the next year. If everybody stops spending money. Yeah, right. Like you can have the biggest creator. Like anybody. PewDiePie can make a TF2 video and tell people to stop spending money on the game, and PewDiePie could be saying the exact same thing I'm saying right now. Every creator, any gaming creator on YouTube, every single one of them can release a video saying the exact same thing I'm saying, and people would still be spending money on the game, I guarantee it. What are they buying? Cases and shit. Like, it's like you don't, like, it's not like this game has items that are like, oh, it's like, it's useful, like it's nothing like that adds more value to the game, you know? It's like, oh, just cosmetics, I guess. And like, I get that, it's just cosmetics, but still, you know, like, if 90% of the people, even 80%, even 70% stop spending money on the game, oh my god, I feel like Valve would immediately be in panic mode. It's like, okay, we gotta do something. We gotta do something. We got a heavy update in 1 week. It's already ready. We got it. We got it. We haven't even started work on it. We already know it's gonna be ready in the next week. You know, like something would happen. You don't like, especially knowing Valve. You know, they're not like other studios. They're not going to leave an IP to die, especially an online IP like Counter-Strike. All right, Counter-Strike Global Offensive has been out for years. Left 4 Dead 2 still gets I think like hotfix updates and stuff. You know, it was I think it stopped receiving updates in like 2019. Like it was still getting constantly updated. It still has an active online community. They're not just going to stop. You know, Valve isn't that type of company to just leave a game to die. And the thing is they can't because of how large their main games are. You know, how much money their games bring in. Like TF2 probably brings in a decent amount of money every year. You know, at a decent amount. Maybe not as much as Dota 2 or Counter-Strike or some of the other games, but it's definitely bringing in some money. That's all I have to say. You know, I want to end this here already because I just don't even want to play the game anymore because I don't care, and I'm so off topic from where I started, but I genuinely think that's the only reason we'll get anything new. You know, I started this video with like, oh, how to make TF2 you know, replayable, how to give people a reason to want to play the game. And I've gotten to the point where it's like, well, it's because I realized they're never going to add it. Why talk about something that can bring people to the game or make people want to play it or give replayability to the game when that's like a no, like zero chance of happening? You know, any other, and it's funny because other games will look at their community and what the community is saying. It's like, hey, Valve should do this. Valve should, you know, or this company should do this, or Call of Duty should do this. Like Call of Duty actually listens to the community to an extent. Like crazy, you know, the same copy and paste game every year, and they're still listening to their community to an extent. You know, they might not be doing everything perfectly, but they're still taking community feedback. They're still changing stuff, you know. Battlefield even, I know they have their blunder of 2042, but they're still taking feedback from the community and trying to work on stuff. Like, why did the TF2 community just get shit on? We're just getting dunked on constantly by Valve. Valve like goes, like, especially with the Save TF2 shit. You know how I knew that Save TF2 was bullshit from the beginning. The moment I saw the hashtag Save TF2 stuff, I'm like, wow. Look at all these sheeple. Genuinely. I'm like, the fact that people think anything will come from this. Look at all of the big name creators and all of the people that actually saw that. All right. It, like TF2, Save TF2 was kind of making headlines. And guess what we got from it? We got the game to a playable fucking state again. That's it. It literally took news articles posting about the Save TF2 just for the bot problem to be squished enough that the game is playable. Because remember, it basically wasn't playable. And the funny part was, with the Save TF2 thing, by the time that hashtag was going around, I feel like the bot problem wasn't as worse as it was months before that. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Like, it's crazy. I don't know. I say sheeple, funny enough, but like, what does that even mean? Sheeple? People, sheep? Like, I don't know. I always thought it was dumb. I think I even made a video on it. It's probably private now, but like the Save TF2 thing, I get it. That would work for any other game if it wasn't TF2. Genuinely, I feel like that would work for any other game. Any other studio would be like, holy shit, okay, or like our games and like these articles and news sites are talking about it. Like, okay, maybe we should actually fix our game. It's like, no. And Valve tweeted, they made one tweet and nothing came of it. I said it myself when the moment the tweet was, I think I made a video on it. I was like, hey, Valve tweeted, they don't give a shit. They're not going to do it. What? Okay, we're going to look into the bot problem. Like, they've been looking into the bot problem, probably. Why wouldn't they have been? It's like, VAC is kind of dog shit. And 2, I don't know. Save TF2. What is there to save? The game was dead before the bots infiltrated it, you know? The bots were just the icing on the cake. You know, they were the cherry on top, honestly. I Save TF2 was the cherry on top. Literally, the only thing keeping this game alive is the money you spend on it. Again, like, and people might say, well, if we keep playing the game, they're gonna do something about it or whatever. It's like, oh, even because I know I'll shoot this idea down because I know somebody's gonna say, or at least think to themselves, if we stop spending money, people are still gonna be playing the game, so that still gives them a reason to not do anything because people are still playing it. But that's the thing, it doesn't matter if people are playing it. It's the money. That's all they care about at this point is the money. Everybody knows it. That's why they only release cases for the fucking game. It's because they only care about the money at this point. They don't care about the game itself. They only care about the money it generates. That's why they only release cases for the game. It's that simple. If nobody spends money and the game could be average 50,000 real players. I'm talking real players a day, 50,000 players a day. And if it's making $100 a month, Valve's going to be like, holy shit, we need to do something to get people to spend money. Here's a new case. No. That's not going to change our minds. We're still not going to spend money. Okay, we got to do something. And then they'll actually work on the game or do something. Or they'll kill it, which, good. Put it out of its misery. Because if the only thing holding this game together, microtransactions, then I don't want to be a part of it, And I get it, that holds together a lot of games and whatnot, but like TF2 has no structural support. The entire foundation of TF2 is literally like all microtransactions on the Valve perspective, not, the community perspective, not the Valve perspective. And then you might say, okay, well, we won't be able to play the game if they shut down the servers. But that's the thing, we have community servers. So even if Valve made it so you can't play casual, you can play community server any day of the week. It's the same for Counter-Strike, Source, any old Valve game you can easily just play community server on, Battlefield, any other game. I mean, why even talk about this if I know that it's not going to change anything, and this video can get 1 billion views, and I guarantee microtransaction sales or any type of money generated from TF2 would probably, if it got 1 billion views, it would probably drop to a certain extent if a lot of people agreed with it and were like, yeah, I'll go through with that. But they would still be making enough money off the game to not give a shit and only release cases. So, yeah, I guess to put it shortly, if you want to see something actually done about TF2, just anything, even them announcing that they're fully done working on the game, stop spending money on it. So, something's gonna happen. If people literally spend no money on the game and if they lose 99% of their profits from the game, they're gonna do something. They will say or do something. It might not be something good, and I don't really give a shit because they're not doing anything good for the game to begin with. So, from what I would say to you, you want them to do something, probably don't spend money on the game, and the best way to spread that message is literally just talk about it. Yeah, you don't have to send this video to people. I don't give a shit. You get in a Discord call with your buddies and be like, okay, nobody spend money on the game anymore. One, you're saving money, so that should be that's a benefit to you. And two, if spending money on the game was making you play it, well, now you have an outlet to look for other games to play, and now you have money to spend on other games. Isn't that wonderful? At least that's my thought process to how anything will get done with the game, because clearly Save TF2 didn't do anything. So to me, the only solution is they would have to stop making money from the game for them to actually do anything about Team Fortress in general. Yeah, that's all I have to talk about.